It's good. It's good. The weather freaking sucks, but other than that, it's good time.
That's true. If you're listening in Atlanta, you know that it's cold and it's raining. There's no fun out there. But what is going to be fun is that we got another episode of the Aftermath on the air. So that's a good thing. That deserves some
You
applause.
need to start paying me because you starting to take up my weekends 16 with these aftermaths.
But you enjoy yourself, don't you? Do you not?
I do enjoy myself. I do enjoy myself.
That's right. And that's what we're going to do here today. We're always talking to great guests, interesting people. So what we have today is the two ladies from the Girls Night Unwine podcast. It's a new podcast that just started up. It's very interesting, a very easy listen. And I'm like, we should talk to these ladies. They seem very interesting. And, everybody's got a story to tell. So we want to listen to theirs.
Absolutely.
So what we're going to do is go ahead and bring them on here. Now, you know what's funny about the transition when we're bringing on guests on here is who already has their camera on and who doesn't. That's always a funny thing. So let's bring them in and see what's going on with that. Tasha and Brii are the ladies from the Girls Night Unwine podcast. So let's bring them in. Hey there, ladies. Are you there?
No video.
There we go.
Oh, they're together. Hey. Hi.
Nice. Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Good. How about you?
Doing good. We appreciate y'all taking out the time to come and shoot the breeze with us, and us get to know you guys and your podcast and everything. So we appreciate the time.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Yeah. We're so excited.
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited to talk to y'all too. So this is about showcasing you guys and your show. And we just wanted to, jump in with some questions for you and everything. So can you tell us how the two of y'all came to know each other and just how you became friends?
Ooh. Okay, so we actually met through a mutual friend of ours.
Her name's Rochelle.
Yeah, so we met through her. We met in 2013.
Wow. Yeah.
2013. We're going on 8 years now.
Like, whoa.
So our mutual friend, Rochelle, she had like a girls' night planned. So we met for the first time.
No, actually I planned it? Yes, I planned that girls' night. And then like pretty much you came with her.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, okay, cool. Who are you? And
yeah. And then we end up back in high school, we used to do dual enrollment. So we went to the end of going to the same tech school.
Yeah.
So we would bump into each other time to time.
Yeah.
So we actually got pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we pretty much met.
Yeah. I was like, what were you going for?
I don't even remember anymore.
You don't even remember?
I don't remember.
I remember I was doing culinary.
You were. She had the white jacket and everything.
Yeah.
You could just see y'all at home. It's just the way y'all talk to each other and look at each other. You could just see it.
Y'all finishing sentences and everything. I love it. No fake friends over here.
No, not at all.
No. But no, this year is 8 years. We're going on 8 years. So long time.
Long time.
Nice. And I know it's probably a lot of stories to share in between the things that y'all have seen and been through in that 8 years.
Yeah.
So can y'all talk about like how you saw your friendship and chemistry? And you said, the things that we talk about and experience, people need to hear this. They need to experience this. So how did that birth the podcast based on your friendship?
I have been wanting to do a podcast for a while. Like I've been seeing it on social media and stuff like that. Like people are saying it's so easy to start a podcast. And I kind of just mentioned it to her. I'm like, oh my God, it looks so easy and it would be so fun. And then she immediately jumped on.
Yeah, I just jumped on there.
Let's do this. Like, we actually could.
Yeah, and I literally was just like, I had a time frame and everything.
Yeah.
Like, if this is not done within, like, we started in December.
Yeah.
And it was like the ending of December or something like that.
Yeah.
Or the middle of December.
Around the holidays.
And I was just like, if we're not doing it right now before, next year, then we're not doing it at all. Like, there's no, like, I'm the type of person who's just like, if it's going to happen, let it happen now. Don't be putting it off. If you want to do this, then just do this.
Yeah.
So.
But it was during the holiday time. We were both off from school for the semester. We just finished and, we were just talking about it and how fun it would be and how, we usually have girls' nights and it's just like the conversation that we have, are people going to relate to it and stuff like that? Like we could take our girl night conversations and put it out there. and see how it would be relatable to everybody. Because we do have, within 8 years, we do have really crazy stories and things to talk about. So we were just like, okay, let's do it. And then she's more of the business background side, and I'm more of like the front, like social media and stuff like that. So it was just like, okay, let's just do it. Let's try it. So that's how everything just came about. And within like 2.5 weeks, we were able to do like our first episode.
I know. And it was just like,
wow.
Yeah, our first episode was on New Year's resolutions, and we just like made our own vision boards, and it was just so much fun. And
that's
everything's on Instagram. We took our photos of it and everything. It was just so cute. It's just like, what do you want 2021 to look like?
No, that is pretty dope.
That
kind of sounds familiar about how you create a podcast and how you end up doing shows with your friends. Isn't that right? 16.
Yes, that is correct. So, all right. So again, we were talking to the ladies from the Girls Night Unwine podcast. You got Tasha and Brii. So you can subscribe to them. So first off, Girls Night Unwine drops every Monday. So you can find them on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you get your podcasts. They're on Instagram at Girls Night Unwine. They're on TikTok at Tasha and Brii. And you can email them your questions and suggestions to Tasha and Brii at girlsnightunwine.com. ATL Diva, do you have something for the ladies from Girls Night Unwine?
I do. Well, first, let's talk about TikTok. How good are y'all at that? Because I've been looking for a TikTok tutor, and
to be
I just know how to scroll and double tap. That's all I know how to do.
TikTok has been a ride for us as well. We're just like we're normally TikTok watchers.
Like we didn't really get into it until this quarantine happened last year, just like everybody else. We were just like, let's see what this is about, because I didn't care about it, but it's like my brother and my cousin were on it and they were showing me videos. I'm like, let me check out and see that. And it was just like
and it customizes to what you like. So it's just like, okay, if you like this, you're start seeing more of that, you know. And we just decided to do our own TikTok and everything at Tasha and Brii. And we kind of just wanted like to put extras, just little fun things in there. So just like making it as fun as possible. But you know, we're still working on that. You know, the whole algorithm for TikTok is different from, I think, Instagram.
Oh my God,
just getting it out
Instagram and Facebook and all the other ones. Trust me, I get
posting, really.
And because we could do a whole show on just social media.
Most random things start to like, you know, rack up views and everything. So you just gotta keep posting it. Some of them you're gonna miss, but some of them you might just hit, and it's just like goes up from there.
So I learned a little bit from listening to some of the podcasts, and I definitely enjoy your episodes. I think one of my favorite ones was the adulting episode, which I could completely relate to that. So I definitely agree with a lot of stuff you guys were talking about. And for those of you who haven't heard that particular episode, it's just basically talking about life skill sets that we do not learn in school, that are extremely valuable for us, like credit, finances, entrepreneurship, which I'm an entrepreneur, so I get it. They don't, you know, we mess up first and then we learn later. So Tasha, I know you're in animation. That's what you want to do. So can you tell us a little bit about how, like, what do you want to do with that? And Brii, like, what are your hobbies? What are you into career-wise as well?
So for animation, right now, currently I am in school for it, and I'm like graduating next year. I hope to create my own like animation, maybe work for Disney and Pixar, and maybe even make my own anime. Like, who knows? It's just like a really open field.
That's dope.
I got you.
Yeah, anime is like popping right now. Like all of my little cousins are just addicted to anime. So
anime been popping. Anime been popping.
I mean, this is the thing, like our type of anime that we watch, they're like not even into anymore. Like this stuff is out there. It's so crazy.
To be honest, like the anime that's out right now, like I look at the graphics, I'm just like, wow.
It's insane.
Coming out right now.
She's like, anytime we watch animation movies, whether it's Disney or whatever the case, like we watch our old like Disney movies that we watch. I'm like, Tasha, like, is this good? Like,
this is good.
Like, she's the judge. Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, and I was just like,
that is my favorite movie ever. That's one of my favorites.
Movies ever.
Exactly. And to be honest, the animation was actually really good for its time. Like, I was just like, okay, this took place in what
that was 88 or 89. One of them.
That was the late 80s.
And I was like, what? This looks good.
Like when you look at Jessica Rabbit, you're like,
I know. Wait a second. And the fact that
she was bad though. She was bad. Look.
Yeah.
Yo, I was like,
look, before we had waist trainers and the BBLs and all that, you had Jessica Rabbit. Okay.
Exactly. Right.
Oh, I got to sit this conversation out. I'll just wait.
Like, whoa, I don't know.
It's like, wait, what? I'm not gonna put my opinion in that one.
Oh, hey, please give your opinion. We want to know.
Yes.
He's the only one in timeout on this conversation.
But I was just saying, like, the animations that are coming out nowadays, it's just like, whoa, like, I'm so amazed by how far we have come. And I grew up on Dragon Ball Z and everything. And then I worked my way through, like, Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach, and, like, Death Note, like, all those other, like, animes. And just, like, seeing the newer ones that are coming out right now, I'm just like, wow, like, the technology is, like, on another level.
It's insane.
Yeah.
But
yeah, what were you? Like,
I was just so into her conversation. But no, I'm going to school for social work, and I'm graduating soon, so thank God for that. But
this spring.
May.
Yay.
Nice.
Thank you. But yeah, just social work, just helping, and my ultimate goal is to work with the military and veterans. But right now, I'm gonna try to get into the medical, just to get my feet wet a little bit, see what's out there and stuff like that. And right now, I'm in internship, so it's just seeing, like, on the real life, what I'm gonna be doing and how it works, and meeting actual clients and stuff like that. So that's where I'm at right now, and that's where I hopefully will find a career and better myself at. But social work is definitely, like, something that I'm really interested in as a passion, and now just pursuing that. I'm almost at the finish line, so it's just pretty exciting right now.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I know you guys just started your podcast, but where do you see your podcast? And I'm not even going to venture out too far. I'm just going to say, what are your podcast goals for, like, maybe the next 6 months, since we're in this pandemic situation?
That's far enough for us to see.
Right now we've just been very blessed with these opportunities just like this. You guys
more collabs,
do more collaborations. We love that. Our following on Instagram is building up day by day.
Like, we actually had, when we first started, we were like, okay, our first milestone would be 1,000 followers, and like by the end of this year. Yeah. And we're already like, because like we were just expecting to go slowly, you know what I mean? Just like take our time and not in any race with any other podcast. We're just doing our own thing. And now it's like, right now we're at 600 right now. I'm just like, okay, well, it seems like we're gonna meet our goal, sooner rather than later. So I'm just like,
excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just
I set a new goal now.
Just making episodes and posting content every week,
and having like more of a relationship with our, friends that follow our podcast, and being able to like do giveaways and like do other like interesting, fun things to bring in more engagement. That'd be like super fun for us.
And it's just like we see a lot of comments now, like, oh my God, I can relate to this. Or like the last episode, I was talking about my tattoos, and there's so many people like, oh my God, like I relate to that, or I want to get a tattoo
so
and
bad.
stuff like that.
I want a sleeve.
Yeah, so it's just like relating to people and letting people know that like, they're not the only ones out there who might be going through something similar that we've been through. So it's just having fun at the end of the day. And the one of the main reasons for this podcast is that like we're best friends, but to work together and actually build on something, to build a brand eventually, it's just what the goals, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Just being able to work with side by side with each other is just so awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome to listen to and to check out too, just to put that out there from, a couple of people on our show here who've listened to your podcast. It's a very easy listen, very entertaining. And I wanted to jump back in and actually piggyback on about the podcast where, if someone has never heard your show before and you wanted to describe what it is that you guys do, how would you describe it? And then also a two-parter with that is, how'd you come up with the name Girls Night Unwine? I mean, I know you have a few spirits during them, but I mean, it's an innovative name. So that's the other parts of that question.
I mean, I think Girls Night Unwind, I think it was...
Oh, well, at first it was Girls Night Uncorked.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was just like, that didn't sound right. And then
Brii was like, nah, I don't like it.
And then I'm typing it on my phone. I'm like, how is this gonna look?
Uncorked, like literally like the wine bottle cork.
I'm just like, I'm typing it on my phone, like re-editing it. I'm like, how is this gonna look? How is it gonna sound?
So when she came up with Unwine, I was like, perfect, girl.
Because I just put Unwind with the D. And then I'm like, no, we're gonna put the E because we're drinking wine. Like we're drinking alcohol. Like we're having a girls' night. Like it makes it more fun and it catches your eye.
Exactly. I wanted wine incorporated in there because we are wine drinkers. We're wine connoisseurs. Like we love it.
I'm not no expert now. Like,
I'm not like don't quiz us, please. But we do enjoy.
Yeah.
It's like a requirement at a certain point in life. It's just just love it.
I texted it to her. I'm like, this is what it needs to be because this is what's going to catch everybody's attention. It makes sense of what we're doing. And it's just like the way it's like, put wine in it. It's like people are going to know, like, there's going to be alcohol involved.
Even with our logo, we have to incorporate, wine glasses and just like make it as, like, hey, this is what we are. Like, mean when we say, like, come unwind with us. Exactly.
Yeah,
but how we will sum up who we are.
Well, what the podcast is about, I would just say it's, as crazy as it sounds, it's basically what it's in the title, Girls Night. Like Girls Night.
The Girls Nights can go either way. Like it can go like we get
we can get deep conversations. We laugh, we can talk about like the gossip, the celebrities,
talk about pretty much what we want to do, boys, all kinds of things. Like
sometimes we get in our feelings.
Exactly. Like main events, what's going on in the world. It's just like catching up. Like it's just like when you click on our podcast and you just sit there and listen to like doing whatever you're doing, homework, whatever, you're pretty much entering into our girls' night. Like we're chatting, we're talking about anything and anything that comes to mind. That's why it's so unscripted. And we just go with the flow of how we're feeling. And it's just, it can go anywhere. Like,
it really can, because it's just like, we're best friends, but we're at a point in our lives where we don't see each other all the time. Mm-hmm. Like there's weeks that can go by and we don't see each other, and then once in a while we'll text each other because we're both in school. We both, before COVID, we were working. Yeah. So it's just like when we catch up and girls' night, it was just like, oh, let's talk about everything and anything. So it was just like girls' night.
We wanted to like reenact that same feeling and everything. And now that we're going to see each other all the time because this podcast really just made us like, okay, I'm going to see you every day now. Like,
but we still go through like things on a daily basis anyway.
And, so girls' night is the sum of good times.
No, I like that. I like that description. It's like welcoming everybody into the conversation. It's friends talking and everybody else is allowed to listen in on it and have their opinion.
Yeah, because sometimes we talk about each other. We talk about each other and stories that we're embarrassed now, and it's just like
we had our big fight and we talked about our resolve and what happened and how we resolved it and everything. And that's something that people who have had a best friend that they've gotten in a fight with would want to hear. Like, okay, how do they resolve
and
their
how
issues?
We've grown from it?
And now they're doing a podcast together. Whoa, like they really got over it.
Clearly.
Yeah. No, that happens sometimes. I mean, that happens a lot. When we're friends, you argue, you fight. That's part of it. Siblings, friends, you get into it a little bit and then you fix it. And then you come back sometimes even stronger than you were before you had the fight.
I honestly think we came back really strong because we really understand each other's flow and everything. It's just like the main problem with that first fight was because we didn't understand each other. Like there's a lot of miscommunication and just not like communicating enough. So now that we understand that, it's like how I don't assume anything anymore in this relationship. Like literally, I'm just like, okay, tell me what you want. Like literally,
Like tell me how you really feel because I'm
don't
not
hold it in. Because I don't want to hear about it tomorrow.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I can completely get that. I mean, our show has how many people?
16. We got 6 hosts.
6 hosts.
Yep.
So we have 6. So a lot of times it's at least 4 to 5 of us on at a time. But it's very important to be honest. And I think that's a valuable thing anytime you're collabing with anyone, let alone like your friends, because you cherish the time that you have to do these shows and these things, because you don't get to see your friends, and this is how we kind of connect too. And it's why it's important for us to do our podcast, and it's beautiful to see that there's another group of friends who are doing the same thing, especially during these times where people are just dying to get together, and just have that connection. And it's something we don't take for granted, I don't think, in this situation. How has your other friends and family kind of taking on or welcomed you doing the podcast? What have your reactions been since you decided to start a podcast? Is there anything like off limits that you can't talk about on the podcast or anything, or you just go for everything?
I already got in trouble from the last episode.
Oh.
No, sorry, last collab.
Well, look, you already got in trouble for it already, so give it up,
Right?
Yep.
We were on, our last collab was on In Conversations with Dre. And we were talking about like dating in the real time, in nowadays, like how dating changed at all. And we were just talking about, pretty much I was giving a reference to my sister. And she is married to her husband, and they just had a baby and all this other good stuff. So they're at the prime of their lives right now and living it up.
And like, you gave the deets.
Yeah, I gave life in the beginning. In the beginning, I shouldn't have brought up a certain thing, and it was just like she was just like, Tasha, why would you say that? I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I mean, you guys listen to the show on In Conversation with Dre, you would definitely hear that part where I mentioned, and even Dre is like, oh, like what? Like I didn't know at the time, like what? Well, I can actually say it because it's already up and recorded. I said that my sister's, she didn't like her didn't like her husband in the beginning.
Oh, I mean that happens to a lot of couples, but I could see how that would be like, ooh,
yeah, she was just like. But the thing is, I forgot that I mentioned that. So when my sister was listening to his podcast and heard that part, she was like, Tasha. And the thing is that her husband was walking around and he was just like, me? Like, oh my God. And she was like, Tasha, I did like him. I did.
Because he under the impression like, man, she was into me from, he telling his boys, she was into me from day one. Yeah. There's no problem.
Like, oh shit. Like I did not mean to cause any friction. I hope you guys stay together. I'm just kidding. But they're strong relationship. Yeah.
Girl, you gotta hide behind the name of the show. Listen, this is Girls Night. We talk about this kind of stuff. Right. You have to put a disclaimer. Please don't get offended, because this is Girls Night and we're drinking wine. Anything can happen.
Exactly.
See?
Like that, I think. When did we do that? The bucket list episode? Did I put a disclaimer like this is our?
Yeah, I think it
bucket list.
Yeah,
I put a disclaimer
a
little bit in the beginning. I was like, our opinion, like you know what I mean? Like
no, it's for adulting.
Was it adulting?
Because we would just like, because there's people have different perceptions of adulting.
Like,
okay. I think I remember a little bit about that.
Yeah. I don't really like the word adulting and everything because they think it's like, okay, I'm an adult 24/7. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you make it seem like a hobby.
Yeah.
Well, for some people, adulting is a hobby, unfortunately.
Yeah, I had to put a disclaimer out there,
like,
but
this is just our opinion.
Yeah, so she's already gotten in trouble. I'm fine at the end of the day.
You got in trouble with Rochelle.
With Rochelle, we both of us got in trouble with Rochelle.
No, but you the one that said it.
Hey, you're not. If you're not getting in trouble, though, you're not doing something right. Like if you're not getting your hand slapped by somebody.
I mean, my family is pretty supportive. They actually asked me this morning, like, how's it going? Like, my brother was like, how's everything going with the podcast? You know, all that stuff. So they know about it. And I've been telling my mom, like, oh my God, we got another collaboration, like already, you know what I mean? We didn't expect to get these opportunities so quick. So for me, they're supportive and they ask questions and stuff like that. So they know. I don't think they listen to it, but that's fine.
Yeah, right.
That's fine. I don't.
Right. My sister, she actually does listen to it. She's like, Tasha, I'm about to listen to your last episode and everything, and we're recording our next episode tomorrow and everything, and that one's gonna be based off of love languages.
Okay.
Exactly. So it'll drop exactly on Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day, so that'll be dope.
Yeah, I know it'll drop on exactly on tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Oh my god. Well, you can tell that we're single.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to question you. But
I just smile when I mess up.
Hey, but there are a lot of people who are going to relate to that because a lot of people are looking for something to do and somebody to relate to. So tomorrow's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
But no, that's what the one thing I like about our podcast is that we admit to, our stories and stuff like that.
And even if we mess up on our podcast, we keep going.
Hey.
Oh, I mean, we wrote the book on that, so we feel you.
We have a whole joke about how nobody can properly transition topics on this show, and we make a game out of it. Seriously.
Really? What kind of game?
The one where they make fun of where we make extreme fun of the person, which is usually me, who cannot transition, who gets mercilessly made fun of for several minutes. That's what the game is.
Transitioning is the most hardest thing ever.
Yeah.
When you're on a flow and you're talking, you're just like, you want to keep going, especially if you have a really good flow and like, yo, we're on an hour now. We got to cut this off. We got to start our next segment. It's just hard. Like, how can you cut off that person that's on the flow right now? Like, literally, like, you just want to be like,
No, it's
now,
not easy.
It's like 5 of us, so we have to like.
It's hard.
We double in a group chat, so we be like, wrap it up in the group chat. No one sees us say, wrap this up.
You get the dreaded, hey, can you make this a little? Can you
quickly?
Wrap this up.
Wrap this up.
So I wanted to ask you too about, like, we were talking about people's reaction to what you're doing. So in regard to feedback that you've gotten about the show so far, and has someone given you some advice that you really felt like resonated with you both? And it might be something simple, like, talking to the mic more, or, you say a lot, like just anything that somebody told you that might resonate with you that was good advice that resonated with you.
My sister, she like, because like most of the people on our Instagram who compliment, like they're compliments. They're like constantly saying, "Oh my gosh, like the audio is great. This is great, awesome. You guys, girls, so relatable. All this good stuff." My sister's the only one who would let you know straight up, like, listen, I
should have said it should have been negative or positive. It don't necessarily have to be something negative or something.
Oh,
I mean, we haven't received any negative, thank God.
Yeah,
but at some point it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But her sister in the beginning was just like, you guys need to do this, you guys need to do that. Like, you guys need to add it in your social medias.
And those things helped us, you know what I mean? Like before, like my sister was like, "Did you say your social media? I don't remember you saying it." And my sister's an average person, so I really do take what she says literally because I know there are people like her who really did this, that. You know what I mean?
And then I listen to podcasts all the time, and she's starting to get into it too. So it's just like, what do we need to do to, you know what I mean? Like, you listen to everybody else, and it's like, oh, that sounds great. Maybe we could do something, like, or mention this, or, you know what I mean? But the Instagram, and like including our social medias in every episode, like we took that, like, let's include it so people don't forget. Like, hey, this is our social media platforms. Like, let's get our following up.
Yeah, and you know how to reach us. Like, there's no question about that. We just,
but that's her sister is the one that's really giving us really feedback.
Exactly. I think that's dope. I mean, I do think that taking advice from average listeners is really, really important because they're the ones that are tuning in. I mean, we've had to do the same thing, right? 16, like, make adjustments, and people give us honest feedback. They tell us what they want to hear a little bit more of. So we had, started to do certain topics and things like that. But I mean, I think that's amazing. So anyone who's listening who wants to start a podcast, you can go ahead and do it.
Exactly. If we can do it, you can definitely do it.
Definitely.
Seriously.
And we did it in 2.5 weeks. So that shows something.
That shows a lot, actually. But yeah, just like recommitted, work with somebody that you can work with, please. Like, do not.
And you can depend on, like, that's such a big
be consistent. Like, this is really important. Like, showing as much consistency as possible is the most important thing when you're starting a podcast, because you don't want to let down the people that are listening to you, who are constantly listening to you, waiting for your podcast to come out, and then you don't want to piss them off. Like, seriously.
No.
Because before we started anything, I was like, Tasha, you know, I was like, if we're serious about this, like, you know, we do have to commit at least 2 days out of the week to talk about this podcast, do the podcast, you know, and she's busy with her animation and stuff like that. I'm busy with my internship in school and stuff like that. Like, and we're in school and it's like our schedules are different. She's more night and I'm in the morning. So it's like, we have to take 2 days a week to discuss our podcast and talk about it. You know, social media, we have to keep posting. So if we're going to do this together, we're both 100% committed. In the beginning, I had like a little bit of school, dealing with school and stuff like that. So she had to take most of that workload. But I knew I could depend on her to do that. Yeah. And then I know one day that she's going to have to depend on me to take most of the work. Yeah. So it's like, if you can't work with someone and you can't depend on them, then don't do it. Like, just flat out. Not.
And especially if you're like, even when we do podcasts, like, and they're like very authentic, like we don't have script, you know, and if you're working with somebody that you easily to argue with, like, you're gonna get embarrassed on this show. It's gonna be bad. Like, you're gonna be like, okay, wait, cut the podcast. What'd you just say to me? Like,
and it's just like, it comes to the back to the question, like, do we have like things that we don't talk about? We talk, like, we always have topics and we always talk about the topic. So it's just like, if something resonates with us, it's like, okay, we're not going to say this.
Yeah. Like that, like, really, like, all right, just make sure we let them know, like, disclaimer to ourselves, like, before we start.
Yeah. And it's just like, she talks about herself and I talk about myself. Like, we don't give each other stories. Like, oh my God, Tasha, do you remember that you did this?
I'll be like, no, I don't.
Because I'm just like, it's just like, I don't want to talk about this and I definitely don't want it out there. So, and then you're in halfway in your podcast. Yeah. And it's like, you can't edit that at that point because the conversation flow is going.
I know.
So it's just like, that was just the big thing. Like, there are some things that we don't talk about
but like, only, that's what goes back to like picking the right people. Yeah. Because like, last thing you want to pick somebody that will embarrass you on your podcast. Like, wait.
No. Not where people can put you on a microscope where it's out there for people to listen to, and you don't want folks talking about things that you don't want out there, especially because the internet never dies, it stays out there, and you don't want that.
Exactly. Like, one thing you could say can be misinterpreted and then you're done for.
Yep.
And lately that's just what's been happening with social media and internet and all that stuff. So it's just like, we both have that boundary, like, okay, we're not going to talk about this, so let's respect that.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I mean, that's some real talk. You know, the way it comes across, you said, you know, okay, it took us 2 weeks to get started and you've been just a few months into it. But the way you said that, it's like, that sounds like veterans for real. Like, you've been at this for a minute, the way it came across. And it comes across in the show too, because it doesn't sound like, okay, these ladies just started. No, it sounds like this is something that's been pre-planned out for a long time. So you should be proud of that. You should hold that up because it does. That's what it comes across like.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Yeah, no
compliments.
Yeah, no problem. So we got a couple more for you, and then we got a game that we play with our guests here. So
we love games.
We talked about, Diva brought up about where you want to see the podcast go, but in the future, like, do you see, like, if the popularity continues to grow, do you see, like, we over the summer we moved to YouTube. We have been on audio for a long time, and then we made the move to doing YouTube and going on podcasts. Do you see, like, adding maybe an additional day where you drop, or moving to YouTube? Like, what do you see in that aspect?
YouTube, probably, like, start doing actual, like, videos for speaking and stuff like that. We're kind of like easing our way into that.
Like, we talked about, like, let this 1 year be the test.
Yeah, be the test.
Like, let's just do our phones, keep it simple, keep it easy, and then next year
take it up a notch.
Getting to the professional equipment, recording on YouTube. Like, she's the one that mentioned in the beginning. I'm like, okay, let's ease into this first.
Yeah,
let's see how many followers we get and how our episodes react, and is it relatable to people? Like, do they want to hear us?
Exactly.
So then it's just like, okay, if we give it this year and everything is going good, then we'll get into it. We'll do the YouTube. We'll get the professional equipment. Like, take like more time out of the week.
I don't know if we're gonna do two times a week.
Tasha's like, she's like,
I don't know that, but I'm saying, like, you know, get more
out of it. Like, put ourselves in more platforms and stuff. But definitely, like, YouTube is gonna be like the next thing and stuff.
I can see that. You can see the natural, because of the way, like Diva was saying, y'all finishing each other's sentences, the body language. Yeah, it would fit. I'm sure it'll be a hit with that, you know, based on even what y'all doing on audio. So one more thing. I'm sorry, Diva, you were saying something?
I was just saying they can upload the episodes they already have on YouTube whenever they get ready to do that. You can always do video later.
Can you?
I think your audio went out a little bit.
Yeah, your audio went out a little bit.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's like it went away.
The low.
I'm keeping all this in too, Diva, by the way.
Oh, we just laughed for you.
Yep, I'm keeping that in. Still muted. Our FBI agent must be listening to her.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh man. It's okay. We deal with technical issues all the time.
This is par for the course around this place, but
it's okay. You can always edit.
still doing it. Let's you got some. I got the same type of headphones as her too, and I decided not to use those because they've been stopping on me in between. There you go.
Yay!
There you go.
I take my earpieces out. I hate that.
I know.
Oh, I was saying that before we started doing video, we just stopped uploading our audio podcast on YouTube and just, you know, having like our logo picture on it. It's just easy to do. Whenever you want to do that, you can always do video later, but you can build your YouTube audience whenever. But yeah, 2 shows a week is a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
Because we used to do, and we had a previous incarnation, we were doing 2 shows a week, every week for 18 months. And it was every Monday and Thursday back then. And it was taxing. It was like having another job. So, you know, I guess you got to ease into that wherever it fits, you know, but right now y'all doing pretty good with the one a week right now though.
Yeah.
All right. So the last one before we get into our game here is just something simple, just in case we miss anything. You know, I mentioned, you know, your social media and where you can find you and when you drop. If you could just put out there, you know, everywhere where you can be found, where you can be reached, just in case we didn't get everything or miss something.
No, I think you got it. Spotify, Apple, Google, Anchor.
Yep, we're all over.
TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah.
You know.
And our Instagram again is at Girls Night Unwine. And our TikTok is at Tasha and Brii.
And then we do have our email. Tasha and Brii at girlsnightunwine.com. So you pretty much hit the nail on it.
Yeah, exactly. You know exactly how to reach us.
And all this will be put up on the video too. So as you're saying it, I'm gonna just drop that on in there to show everybody where they can find you.
Exactly.
You know, I'm not no anime artist or nothing like that, but you know.
He is not. Okay.
You see what happens? Your teammates, they just get you in front of company. You see how that works? Goodness.
Like that.
But they keep you on your feet though. That's just like it's
that was
just like
there for. Exactly.
That's what it is. All right. So we talked about bad transitions. Hopefully I can avoid this right now. So I'm gonna try it.
This, I believe in you.
I appreciate it, but I'm probably gonna flunk at this one. But okay, so we have this like this question game that we play. It's kind of similar to what y'all do at the end of y'all show, but it's called Don't At Me. And basically, I'm gonna ask you a couple of rapid fire questions. And it's basically you'll give your answer. And like if I ask you, okay, so Tasha, I'll ask you like if you like Coke or Pepsi. If you like Pepsi, you'll say Pepsi. Don't at me. Like if you were on social media and say, hey, don't at me on that. That's what it is. So that's how that works.
Okay, I got you.
I need to be explained again.
No, because
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, he always explains this.
So did I horribly explained it?
So I understood it.
Okay, Brii, talk to me.
He's gonna ask you a rapid fire question.
Uh-huh.
It's like, okay, do you like Coke or Pepsi? But then you answer Coke. Don't at me.
Don't at me.
Yeah,
you have to say don't at me at the end.
At the end of your answer.
Okay.
Like Coke don't at me.
Okay.
Did I say that right?
Yes.
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 So what does the don't at me mean?
Well, the don't at me is kind of like, you know, when people say something like I said what I said, like don't come for me kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm sick.
You're welcome, 16. You should just have me co-sign instructions all the time.
Thank you. see at this point, I explain it badly just because like it's expected, and it's like people start respecting you for it after that. So I just need to continue to be bad. That's what that is.
But you got one person who understood it. Like you.
That's true because Brii did get it.
Like
Brii speaks fluent 16. Like she gets it.
Yeah, like sometimes I have to tell her things, and she's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like,
exactly. I'm just literally like, it goes through one ear and out the
like
other.
we were just.
It doesn't mean you're bad at anything.
Like we were just talking about daddy issues, like, and she didn't really understand what daddy issues meant, and I just told her, and I'm like, "Girl, we do not have daddy issues. Like, don't say that.
We do not have daddy issues at all."
All right.
I have to explain to her sometimes.
Yeah.
See, it fits. That's why y'all are best friends. It fits perfectly.
That's why you guys are together.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
We explain stuff to 16 all the time, so it works.
Wait, hold on now. Come on now. I'm a little better than that. Everybody's favorite punching bag. That's okay. It's all good. I'll be that.
My friendship too. So
that's okay. I'll be that. It's cool. All right. So here's the first. I'm gonna start with you on this one, Brii. All right. So who has the better chicken nuggets, Chick-Fil-A or Wendy's?
Wendy's, don't at me. I've had more Wendy's than Chick-Fil-A. I'll be honest.
What?
Oh, I'm shocked. Okay.
That's great.
Like, I've recently got into it. Like, no, like seriously.
Really?
I really wasn't a fan of Chick-Fil-A.
Girls.
But he's talking chicken nuggets. Like, but no, Wendy's. I've had more Wendy's than Chick-Fil-A.
All right.
With that one.
Oh.
Tasha, what about you?
Oh, Chick-Fil-A. Don't at me.
Diva?
Well, I get the crispiness of the Wendy's chicken nugget, but I'm gonna have to say Chick-fil-A, don't at me.
Yeah, it's Chick-fil-A on my end. Just
I don't care.
yeah,
But
but
I'm so glad she said Wendy's
right now.
but I can't add on. That's the game though. When somebody says it, that's their answer. No change in their mind.
I'm not changing my mind.
All right, so here's the next one here, and Tasha, I'm gonna start with you on this one. Is it pronounced mature or mature?
Sure. Don't at me.
Yeah, mature. Don't at me. Like, yeah.
But like, I mean, I guess I understand when people like add that little,
It's like trying to. It's like talking. He's mature. They're mature. You know how your pinky out. Mature. Yeah.
G hard.
I'm gonna say mature, don't at me. It's like when your name is Philip, but you say it's Felipe. Like, no. We not being special over here. It's mature.
No, like my name is Brianna, but people will be like Brianna, and I'm like, no, don't put Anya. Like, I don't know.
Anya.
Don't call me that. Like, it's Brianna.
Like
yeah.
Anya, not Anya. Like, no.
People mess up my name. It's Cassandra with an O, and they want to say Cassandra, and they want to spell it with a K, and all this other stuff.
Exactly.
Nah.
It sounds how I said it. Just go. I mine.
Nah.
Some people call me Letitia, and I'm like,
Yeah.
where to eat that?
Yeah. Don't make my name what's comfortable for you. Call me what my name is.
Don't do that.
No, it makes sense. All right, so hopefully this next one here doesn't start a fight. I'm gonna start with you on this one, Brii. Does sugar belong on grits? Don't say the wrong answer.
First of all, I don't eat grits, but that doesn't even sound.
Wait, y'all from Florida, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't
we're
eat
Caribbean.
But we're Caribbean. I don't eat grits. But you know what's funny? I went out to breakfast, and my future stepdad, actually ordered grits today, and he put butter, salt, and pepper. That's it.
Yeah, it's not.
So I would say no. Don't at me. Like, no sugar.
No sugar.
Don't at me.
Don't at me. Same.
No sugar for either one. Diva, don't be that person. What does sugar belong on grits? Don't
Stop
please.
Stop it.
Please.
Stop.
Hell no.
I just heard sugar on their grits.
Don't at me. No, it does not. I mean, I am a true Southerner. Sugar does not belong on grits. It is a savory food item.
It is, but they got a few psychos out there. You folks know who you are, who put sugar on grits. Something ain't right with that.
Listen, 16. That needs to be a question on like a preliminary before somebody steps foot on this show. Do you put sugar in your grits?
Oh, like, hey, do you want to come on the show? But before that, we need to know: do you put sugar on your grits?
Like, stop.
If you have a collaboration with somebody up north, they're gonna look at you like, "Excuse me, what did you just say?" Like, wait, what?
Yes.
I am totally gonna edit a weird something on their head. Like,
is that grits really like a southern thing? Like,
yeah,
you don't eat grits.
They eat, I mean, I eat cream of wheat too, but like Northerners kind of like cream of wheat, but they don't like do grits.
I like cream of wheat.
Really?
I like cream.
I like cream. Now you put sugar
in that. Yeah. Sugar in
that.
But not in your grits.
But
you know,
that's me totally different. Like, I mean, grits is a Southern thing, but then even with cooking grits, there's a certain way you cook it. Yeah. Most people cook it and it's not even really done. So, I mean, it takes a minute to cook them, like at least 30 minutes.
You know what? It's funny. I'm just remembering my cousin Vinny.
You remember people now?
No, because the movie they talk about grits and how people make it. Like, you know, it's part of the thing. And I was talking about with Paul this morning, so that's why I thought about it.
I just remember Medea and that part in like Diary of a Mad Black Woman. No. Remember that? When she had the grits in the pot and she was all like, "I got grits ready." It's hot. It's hot.
Look, like, them is fighting words because you know, if you a man and you done did something wrong to it, you do not want grits that day, okay?
Oh, I'm gonna sit this one out too.
Oh man! Oh my god!
All right, I got two more here for you. Tasha, I'll go with you on this one to start. So, what's the best season of the year? Is it winter, spring, summer, or fall?
Hey, you know what she's gonna say?
You already know I'm gonna say spring. Don't at me, cause it's my birthday. I'm a spring baby.
A little bit of bias there.
No, I knew you were gonna say that.
Okay, good.
I knew you were gonna say that.
So spring for Tasha. Brie, what about you?
I am a winter. Don't at me.
I'm gonna at her, man. Like I don't do no cold.
I'm from New York. Like that. I'm like. No, like I'm sorry.
Queens,
I hate the heat. Like honestly, Florida has been having good weather lately, but now it's kind of with the sun. Now the sun is starting to come out. But I'm just like, I'm from New York. I'm with the cold. Like I wear tank top in like 60, 50 degree weather. Like that's just how I am. Like honestly, like that's just me. Exactly. See, so it's just like I wear tank tops. Like there you go.
I need that all year round. Okay.
Exactly.
I don't care how cold it is.
I'm with the cold. Like I love the cold weather. So winter is definitely don't at me.
She said, "Don't come at me about that at all." She was standing on that one. Diva, what's up? What about you?
I'm gonna have to rock with the fall because I just think the weather's perfect because I'm not a coat person. I kind of like to be able to wear my tank tops, a light jacket, you know, though I pretty much, it's going to be kind of like hot and cool. You know what I'm saying? I do like summer, but I don't like to sweat. Okay. I'm natural. My hair be curly. Listen, I need the fall so I don't have to worry about, don't at me. I like the fall.
We don't really get a big fall out here in Georgia though. I mean, it go from 1,000 degrees in the summertime and then
we do, but 16, all we do is get fall because we really don't have winter. Like it'll be 39 degrees, but it just never stays that way.
Shit, you shouldn't me. It's freezing outside today. It's like 36 out there right now.
You need a tan. That's why you think it's cold. What's your next question? Is that the last one?
Well, I didn't give my answer about what the best season is.
He's the only guy. Like oh my god.
I'm just kidding. I do that on purpose. We skip him sometimes.
I did that
does that to me.
I was like, all right, guys, so that ends our segment. And she's like, I didn't know yet.
So we have something in common on that one then. I'm just gonna answer the question and keep it moving here. So,
oh my God, 16. What's your favorite?
Well, my favorite season, I'm gonna actually agree with Tasha, is spring, where it's not cold anymore. It's not too. Now the only thing is that out here in Atlanta, this damn pollen, when that time come around, it'll beat you.
I hate the pollen.
It'll club you to death.
My car is nasty.
Yeah. But the weather during that time is beautiful, so I can get with spring. I can on that one. All right. So we got the last one here for the ladies of Girls Night Unwine here. Gonna go with Brie on this one to start off. So Brie, are you a morning person? Yes or no?
Okay. So.
Needs a story.
No. I'm not a morning person, but I just happen to be a morning person because when I started working, I had to be in the morning. So I would get up 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning because of my job.
She prefers it.
And I prefer to be in the morning, but it's just like sometimes I'm a night person, but because of school and work, I was a morning person. So don't at me. But you're a night.
I'm a night person. Oh my God, I did overnights at the Marriott, serving at nighttime. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm that type of person. I'm a night walker. Okay. Like seriously. So I don't like morning times. I'm like, what?
But it's like 8. But it's just like I'd rather have my mornings to do whatever I got to do, like school and work. So I have the rest of the day to myself. Like, you know what I mean?
That's the way of looking at it.
Exactly. Yeah. Like when I'm in bed, she's working, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah. So you wonder how we do this podcast?
That is a good question. If both of y'all, one is, I'm sure you find a happy medium somewhere.
It's a compromise. It's definitely. Because she can't do this. We can't do the podcast too early. Like we can't drink wine at 8 a.m. Like,
we could. It's just not.
I was gonna say you could. You could.
You could. But
you could.
No.
That's early day drinking.
I can't ask them to jump on a podcast before 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
So what about you, Diva? Are you a morning person? Because you have the weirdest, most insane sleeping habits. Because I'll send an idea in our team chat at like 3 a.m. I'm not expecting any answer. And here she comes right back. I'm like, why are you awake? What are you doing?
Oh man.
She sent me a text like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Like I texted her last night and she texted me like 5. She replied back at 5 in the morning. And I'm like, really?
Why are you up?
I'm oddly up. I'm like,
yeah.
You know, one eye open. I'm just like, my phone right now.
Afraid you might miss something.
I like working early in the morning. So like if I have to work, I'm a morning person. But like for my personal life, I'm like a night person. So that's why like sometimes I'm working on my website because like my day has slowed down and I don't have any clients. So I'm like, okay. So if he sends me radio stuff or work stuff or ideas, like, oh yeah, I'm pretty much up for that. So I don't know. I'm both, I guess. Don't at me. It's like weird.
It's not answering the question though. It wasn't, are you both? It's either you're a morning person or you're not.
Straight up. First of all, 16, I make my own rules. That's why,
Yeah. So, independent.
Yeah.
I guess I need to sit. I guess I need to sit this one out too. Jeez.
Well, you can't sit on the bench all the time. Okay. I'll cooperate.
Please.
I'm a morning person. Don't at me.
All right.
Are you happy now?
Yes, thank you.
Are you
happy? Please tell me that you're a night person.
I am a night person.
Thank you.
I am. Matter of fact, my sleeping habits are extremely weird. I was talking about Diva, but mine are weird too, where I fall out for like 2 or 3 hours and then I'm up for another 6. Because I really technically didn't go to bed today till like probably 5:30. I almost watched the sun come up. I was just up wired. That just happened. But I'm not a morning person. Even though I go to bed late like that, I'll be coming around me, want me to be happy and chipper first thing in the morning, because that is not going to be the case.
So can you guys do me a favor? Like after this show, can you guys just message him on social media and just say good morning? He hates those things.
You're like, oh my God.
Okay. So
You're never coming back on.
Okay. So that was okay. So I just want to say,
come back on anytime. Like you can follow me back on social media and I can have you on it anytime, because I mean it's technically my Zoom. So
it is. So I wanted to say real quick that we had really fun playing Don't At Me with the girls from Girls Night Unwine. And I wanted to ask y'all about this since she brought it up real quick, is that the reason why she brought up the good morning thing is because I feel like personally, the good morning beautiful text is the most laziest way of courting a woman I have ever seen in my life. You could send that to like 9 different, it's just the laziest thing I've ever heard. And the girls on the show text me that all the time just to mess with me. They send me good morning beautiful text because they know I hate it. And I feel like it's lazy. I feel like if I'm courting you, if I'm trying to get with you, I need to come up with a little bit something more innovative than just good morning beautiful.
Okay, so that's only appropriate once you got her. You know what I mean? Then you can start saying, hey, good morning beautiful. Like once it's not in the middle of courting. I feel like I so cheesy. I can't. Like there's so many guys who text me.
It's lazy.
I love you, baby.
I think it's
Morning,
lazy.
baby.
I think it's honestly lazy. Like there's so many other words. You can put more words in there.
Yeah, like good morning, beautiful. How's your day?
He should once again he should explain it a little more thorough. This is just an intro. Stop breathing so hard. Listen, this is like an intro. Okay, so it really came from like, okay, this is not the only thing they text you, but it's kind of like, what's the appropriate intro text? Because, you know, like you say, good morning, it may not be the best time to have a whole conversation with a person, but it's a greeting. So we're like, okay, what greeting would you prefer, 16? He's like, you should just go. But it's like weird because like as the women on the show, we're like, okay, it's awkward to just go into a whole conversation in the morning. Why don't you just start off with something? He couldn't even think of like a more appropriate greeting that he preferred, but it was kind of like he was arguing with the women on the show who said we like.
Oh God!
Good morning.
No, I see it from both sides, but if you're gonna put "Good morning, beautiful," the next day there better be something different. Like use another word. Like,
it could be something different. Following right behind that, it's just a greeting to get a conversation started.
It's lazy. You could copy, paste.
I like good morning, beautiful.
Honestly, that's going to like 9 other girls.
Like, right now, I just feel like I wake up to that, and I'm just like, okay.
First of all,
I don't know, it feels cheesy. It feels really cheesy.
But okay. So, what would you prefer someone say? And I asked him for an example. He couldn't give me one.
I did. So. I said you can personalize it. How about, good morning, Tasha. How you doing? Or how did you sleep? You just go straight into, you just go straight into good morning, beautiful.
And you slept out. I'm gonna get back. I'm like, I had the worst sleep ever. I had the worst nightmare.
It's a conversation.
Like,
oh
my God.
Or if you if you know they're gonna have a busy day the next day, I hope everything goes good.
Something personalized where it matters. You sound like a bot where it's like, if I send Brii a good morning, beautiful text, she's just gonna be sitting there like, okay, what am I supposed to say to that? Like, good morning, handsome? I don't know shit.
I would feel the same way. I was like, wait, what am I supposed to say back to that?
Exactly.
Like, hi, handsome. Have you ever said that to a guy?
No.
I have. Hi, handsome. Guys love it because people don't always tell them they're handsome.
I can't.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want no hot.
I will say handsome when it's too early to like say something else, like more personal. Like if I just met you, it's handsome, and then after that it could be, sexy or whatever else. But it's like a little too soon. You want to keep it a little bit polite,
I mean, it's just my humble opinion. I mean, I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm married, so it's like I'm not sending no good morning, beautiful text. So
it's over.
Yeah, that's over.
So
but I'm just saying,
get them from people who want to harass you. And
yes, at like 6 a.m. when you know I'm not in the mood for that. That's how they do.
Morning people, because we're morning people.
Oh, you see, this is part of what I have to deal with, and this is not even everybody. So just imagine when it's everybody.
Honestly, your relationship sounds amazing. Yeah. I love the chemistry between you two, and I'm pretty sure the rest of your crew is just as awesome. This keeps you up. This keeps you young.
Yes.
It keeps you going.
Yeah,
it does.
And it keeps it fun.
It is.
You guys have to come back on the show, like when we are having
we're about to start this thing. It's called Bring a Friend Night, where we'll bring in some friends when we have all the hosts. So if y'all are available one of these days, maybe we can have y'all and we can all just banter together,
I'm down.
Absolutely, yeah. Just like let us know beforehand, let us know what's going on. I'm the type of person you need to schedule. Like I need to know.
Yeah.
Oh, good. We can do that. She's like, she wants that too. So
I like what time, because if it doesn't go on the calendar, not happening.
Yes. So we had to get this out here one last time here. So subscribe, Girls Night Unwine, dropping every Monday, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. On Instagram at Girls Night Unwine. TikTok is at Tasha and Brii. That's Brii with 2 eyes, by the way. And email Tasha and Brii at girlsnightunwine.com. I believe we covered all of those.
Yes, and Tasha and Brii are beautiful, okay? And I use her name, 16. I personalized it. Are you okay? Are you happy?
Yes, you personalized, because it's like me saying, like, well, good afternoon, good evening, beautifuls, But
first of all, that's like bad grammar. Like
that's what it seems like to me. It's like that. But I just I wanted to say that we definitely appreciate you guys taking the time to come talk to us. It was a great conversation. You guys are awesome. Your podcast is awesome. And, you know, we wish y'all nothing but success as it continues to grow. And hopefully we can build a partnership, a friendship where, you know, we come back and speak with each other on a very regular basis. But we definitely appreciate the time today.
You guys were great. We really look for energy and like people we can feed off of. So you guys definitely fit that description. So absolutely.
Yeah, the conversation kept flowing. So
we just don't like awkwardness at all. Like very free, fun people. So as long as you bring that same energy, we're on board. Yeah, like, absolutely.
Exactly. We only like to make 16 feel awkward and not.
He's got to leave this conversation.
I am Diva. I am not your court jester. Okay, I'm not here for your amusement.
What he's not telling you is he has the court jester hat like under the desk because
yo, she just added.
Or no, it's actually on the wall because he has those horrible jerseys up there. So we'll just.
Oh my god!
So you're just gonna treat me like a town fool? Oh, she's talking about my background.
Because I'm from. Did you see his face when I said that?
He was like, I'm
not doing that today. But
this is gonna be so good. I need you to splice that and send it to me so I can put it on my Instagram.
Absolutely not. But what I will say again though is, you know, Tasha and Brii, you guys, again, it was a pleasure speaking to you. Like I said, I hope this is the start of, like I said, us doing some more collaborations in the future, and we look forward to your podcast growing and to your next episode that's coming out very soon.
Tomorrow, right?
No, I drops on Monday. We start recording tomorrow. So
okay,
she got her.
So we will check you guys out on Monday, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yes. So their next episode will be on Monday. So while y'all eating y'all after Valentine's Day candy or the candy that's on sale, you need to be listening to the Unwind podcast as well.
Exactly.
That's right. With grits with salt in it. Don't you put no sugar in them grits while you listen to that podcast.
No.
Turn us on. Just forget about us.
They don't even want to be associated with that foolishness. I don't do that.
Neither do we, but we do want to be associated with Girls Night Unwine because they do a great job.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Again, thank you, ladies, for the time, and we look forward to talking again in the near future.
All right, thank you.
Have a good night.
All right, have a good one. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
All right, Diva. That was great. They are fun and funny. Yes. So we got another aftermath in the books. How you feeling?
I feel great. I think we do okay by ourselves. We did pretty good.
Yes, and we definitely want to have them back because they fit into our shenanigans with their personalities and everything.
They do. I'm so excited about that. So I think it was really great. Are these your new glasses?
Yes, they are. I can see a whole lot better.
See, I didn't have time to make fun of these clear glasses. At first, it took me a minute to notice because they are clear, but...
So why make fun of them? I feel like they look pretty okay.
They do. It's just clear, so it's just one more thing to be clear.
Well, you can see my face a little bit better. Not that my face is selling anything, of course. I'm just saying.
No, but it does look good. I have contacts, so it's not like I can make fun of you for wearing...
Yeah, I can do contacts, but I need to be able to see. But... just to kind of put a bow on everything, again, we appreciate Tasha and Brii, Girls Night Unwine. Make sure you check them out. We got another show dropping this week at some point between Wednesday and Friday, once we get it recorded and everything. But we'll be back again with another episode. Diva, you got anything else to get off your chest before we get on up out of here?
Just if you can follow my male beard grooming company at 9 Hair Co on Instagram. So we will be having the guys soon test out the beard products, and then we'll review them on the show. We'll do another.
And I will put that right down there for people to see that, so they can follow you. For us, follow at It's the Radio Show on Instagram. And if you want to be a guest on the radio show, just like Tasha and Brii were, you can send us an email to radioshowinbox@gmail.com, and let us know.
If you want to just text 16 a good morning handsome text email, we'll do that too.
Okay, I'll give it, because we do have a text number. You can text us 678-800-1677 with your thoughts, suggestions, but don't send no good morning beautiful text because I will delete that shit.
After you read it.
Whatever. So anyway, we appreciate it. We appreciate the girls from Girls Night Unwine. And thank you to the listeners and everybody who's watching on YouTube. And we will catch y'all later on. So we're going to wave to the camera like this.
Bye.
And catch y'all later.